Good morning, namaste, and welcome to today's episode. Our body's primary defense mechanism is a strong immunity. Now, what does our immune system does? Our immune system's main job is to survey and do nothing. It surveys and do nothing. So 99.99% the job of the immune system is to go and see what is the body facing. If everything is okay, it does not respond. Now, sometimes when the immune system sees there is a threat, there is some buildup or some toxin which are in the body, that's where the immune system tries to go and fight it and remove that. Now, immune system's first line of working happens when there is inflammation. If there is an inflammation, the immune system gets this signal that there is a problem. Go and attack it. Now, this inflammation can be because of a problem, or this inflammation can be a problem. So, when it is because of a problem, the immune system goes, fight it, and removes it. But if you are always in a state of stress, or there is some internal dysbiosis, or there is some mismanagement, or there is toxin buildup, and the body is in a chronic state of inflammation, or it is continuously in a state of inflammation, that's where the immune system gets rouge. Now, when it gets rouge, it shows it in some form of dis-ease in the body. Now, why does there is inflammation in the body? Because a lot of people have some genes to it. Okay, so 1/3 of all autoimmune disorders in a body, like multiple sclerosis, arteriosclerosis, lupus, Graves' disease, Crohn's disease, psoriasis, eczema, they are all related to your genes. So 1/3 of the problem do arise through your genetic predisposition because you're prone to it. But a majority, 2/3, is because of the lifestyle. So besides gene, what are things? Crap food that is not, which looks like food but it is not food. Okay, so fruit juices. We might think that fruit juices, packed fruit juices, are nature's gift, but exactly the body treats it as a toxin. Ketchup, okay, equal amount of sugar that what you get in a glass of juice. Or there is a lot of stress in our body. Stress can be both physical, mental, physiological. We are living in a state of rush. We try to do everything at one go. We want to achieve everything. And as a result, there's a lot of stress in our body. When there is stress in our body, we know that stress impairs all other metabolic functions. So if you have stress, you will not be able to digest, you will not be able to absorb, you will not be able to store energy, you will not be able to detoxify, you will not be able to repair, because the body wants you to survive. So everything would be pushed to survive you. Everything will be stored as sugar, everything will be stored as fat in your body, because the body knows there is a danger and it needs to handle your body, or it needs to handle you to survive at a later stage. Other thing is sensitivity. A lot of time, because the way the food is growing now, the way the production happens, we get a lot of sensitivity to certain foods. For example, a lot of autoimmune disorders happen to people who are sensitive to things which have got tendency to get mold. Things like peanuts, things like wheat, things like dairy, okay, because that reacts with your inflamed gut. Now, one of autoimmune disorder that the body faces is known as psoriasis. Now, psoriasis is something which is on the rise. A lot of people are being affected. More and more people are talking about it. And the major reason for it is there is some problem in your gut. If you have any autoimmune disorder, if you have any issue in your body, please understand there is some issue with your gut. You need to fix your gut first. Then only you will be able to help and fix your body from an inside out approach. You can apply all corticosteroids, creams, lotions, but that will be just a band-aid over the wound. But internally the issue is not getting resolved, and till the time you don't resolve it, you will not have a remission to it. Now, what happens in psoriasis is that the immune system calls cell which is keratinocytes to overproduce new skin cells. So our keratinocytes produce skin cells. So we shed off our skin on a regular basis. We rebuild our hair, we rebuild our bones, we rebuild every organ in our body over a period of time. But keratinocytes, what it does, it speeds up the production of new skin cells without the old being removed. Okay, so When that happens, there is formation of new skin, and the old skin is not removed. The old skin gets dried and becomes itchy, flaky, patches, scaly throughout the body, and it can happen anywhere in your skin, and it can spread across anywhere. It can get so irritating that people just bleed themselves while scratching. So how do you fix that is what we have to look at. What happens is our body has got a regulatory cells, which is known as T regulatory cells. Its job is to manage everything that is happening. But there are something known as good guys, some known as bad guys in the body, and there's a balance between pro-inflammatory and anti-inflammatory. So there is something known as Th17, wherein the T regulatory cells pushes these things to overproduce through keratinocytes new cells, which causes a condition which has been labeled as psoriasis. Now, primary reason for psoriasis is intestinal permeability, or so-called leaky gut. You would have leaky gut. That's why you have a problem where food or toxin which was supposed to stay in the gut has moved into the blood. When it moves into the blood, the immune system attacks it, because the immune system job is to come and defend and safeguard you. When it attacks it, there is more inflammation, and that's how the immune system starts to feel there is a problem, and it reacts to everything. So your stranger has become a danger for you, okay, over a period of time. Now, if you have leaky gut, what will happen? The toxins which are supposed to go out of your body are recirculated. Over a period of time, there is a toxic buildup, okay. So that means if you have a leaky gut, besides your, or if you have an autoimmune disorder, besides a leaky gut, it is very important for you to fix your liver health, because that's where the toxins are synthesized and they move out of your body. Now, what you need to do, you need to ensure that you find out what are the hidden, do you have any hidden yeast, parasitic or bacterial infection in your body? A doctor can easily tell you through a stool test or a urine test and a normal blood work. If you have that, you need to work towards fixing that. Second is you have to find out what are the food you are allergic to. So there are a lot of food you are allergic to, but if you have an autoimmune disorder, there are certain food that you, as a precautionary, you take a chance to remove them at least for 3 to 4 months, maybe up to 12 months. If you're looking to completely heal yourself from inside out, you check for whether you have strains and issues with celiac disease. So if in that case, you need to absolutely remove gluten in any form from your diet. Other reason can be because of a lot of heavy metal toxicity. So a lot of cream, lipsticks, chemicals that we are putting on our body, a lot of non-sticks we are using, a lot of plastic that we are using, a lot of aluminum that we are using, the cans that we are using. So that all heavy metals get leached into the food that you are eating, consuming, and that gets deposited in the body. So heavy metal toxicity is another reason. So that's there, which can cause autoimmune disorder. Absolutely, fixing your gut remains the key for everything. Looking at balance between anti-inflammatory, which is omega-3, and pro-inflammatory, which is omega-6. So adding a lot of fish oils, a lot of algae oil, a lot of fatty fish in your diet, or flax seeds or walnuts will be a good idea if you're looking to balance omega-6 versus omega-3. Switching over to cold press traditional oils, coconut oil, desi ghee, kachi ghani mustard oil would be a good option when it comes to healing your gut. 99% of the cases, people who've got an autoimmune disorder have an imbalanced vitamin D. So you need to ensure that whether your exposure to sunlight is right, whether you have enough dietary fat in your diet, or whether your vitamin D receptors are enough to capture what you are absorbing. So balance of vitamin D is important. For immunity, you need to balance your zinc and vitamin A. So you need to ensure that your levels are up. Now, just by eating dry fruits, you will not get your zinc level up. Or just by eating blends and powders and spices, you will not get your immunity up. You need to build it. You need to build by ensuring that your detoxification pathways are clear. That means your liver is absolutely in working condition. Secondly, the elimination pathways are clear. So that means your kidneys function properly, your stool is being passed, you're sweating out. Okay, that's when the immunity gets built up. You need to ensure that you are exercising. Exercises, any form of exercise, yoga, pilates, high interval training, weight training, aerobics, cycling, running, is anti-inflammatory in natural form. So you need to exercise. There's no two way about it. Obviously, you do not want to overdo things because that will put a lot of oxidative stress back into your body. So you need to balance all of things. And lastly, you need to ensure that you're doing a deep relaxation. The more oxygen that goes into your body, the more better ATP generation that will happen. Okay, so the phosphate from your energy cell moves from ADP to ATP, and this movement is what brings life to us. Okay, look at another reason that you can have autoimmune disorder or psoriasis is poor bile function. So people who have got gallbladder has been removed, or they have got a sluggish liver, or there's a issue with their bile movement, they are prone to autoimmune disorder, especially psoriasis. So there's something known as lipopolysaccharides, LPS, which is what do you call? It's a final toxic product of the cell membrane. Okay, the cell is enclosed in a membrane. Now, over a period of time, when the cell has lived its life, this the shell is remains in the blood. Now, if it does not move out of the body, it becomes toxic. So you need to ensure eating food which ensures smooth bile flow. So any food which is rich in sulfur, raw onion, raw garlic, okay, cabbage, broccoli. These are good sources of sulfur in a diet, which helps to increase the bile flow. Citrus fruit extract is a good source. So orange essential oil, lemon essential oil. This helps to move your bile flow. So if that flows, the lipopolysaccharides moves out. When they move out, you will see a huge improvement in your conditions of psoriasis. You need to balance any parasitic growth that is there in the body. So black walnut oil, wormwood oil, these are good for removing those things out of the body. Avoiding things which are diuretic, which are tannins in your body. So any bark leaf, any bark product, any black tea, any coffee, which is high on tannins, is something that you need to limit if you're looking to manage it. That goes for iced tea. Okay, removing all processed food from your diet, any form of processed food, any form of additive colors, food grade synthetic flavors, colors, red 40, E101, all those things are something which are putting a load on your liver. So first you need to remove all those things. Once you have removed all those things, you start repairing your gut lining. Once you repair your gut lining, you rebalance it, and then you reintroduce a lot of fermented foods, so fermented fiber, fermented food, probiotics in a diet, which will help to regenerate the gut health. Okay, you definitely have to remove a lot of stress from your body. One way to do is do a deep breathing. We did an exercise on a 4-7-8 breathing in a previous videos. You want to check that out because that is something that will bring a lot of relaxation to you. Optimize your vitamin D. Never ever go for those high doses of 60,000 IU of vitamin D when you're trying to optimize. A good dosage is maximum 10 to 15,000 in a day. Look at managing folate in your body, which is vitamin B9 and B12. Okay. Now this is super critical when it comes to building your immunity. Okay. So you need to look at how and what is causing this low. Then in case if needed, a good B complex, a bioavailable B complex is something that you can add, which will help you to manage your condition of psoriasis. And last and one of the most important thing that you have to do is you need to have a self-belief that your body is healing yourself. Self-rejection is something that pulls people into or put you into a state of chronic stress. And the moment you go into that, you will never be able to heal yourself. As far as time is concerned, if you start your healing process, fixing all this puzzle pieces will take time, but putting any autoimmune disorder into remission will take anywhere between 12 months or a little more than that. But you need to be disciplined about it. You need to be ensuring that your family, your friends, your circle is supporting it. If your friends or your circle or your current lifestyle is not supporting your healing process, you need to change that. That's the only solution you have. You can't say that I will go and eat once in a week during my healing phase, going outside, drinking, smoking, and eating all that crap food, and then I'm saying that why I'm not healing myself. Give yourself that 12 months, get disciplined about it, fix your gut, fix your liver health, remove allergens, and you will see that you can put a lot of autoimmunity disorders, especially psoriasis, into remission. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and we'll catch up soon. Namaste.